Got it.
Okay, good. So some of you guys been asking about India, and I figured why not have my Indian friend on here, and then I'll give you my experience when I went to India as a foreigner, that perspective, and then he'll give you his experience from somebody living there, and we'll try to make it tight and concise so we don't waste any time. It's just you just want the meat with all the fat trimmed off. This is what we're going to try to do. So I've mentioned before, I searched the globe not because like I was a tourist, but I was looking for answers to fix something that couldn't be fixed. India was on my list. I wanted to go meet some special guru, you know, who because I was reading too many books. And they're saying like he could touch your forehead and everything, all your problems go away. So that's why I went there. And I was sitting. I just left Brazil. I was at John of God. They ended up locking him up. By the way, some of you guys know he was a healer in Brazil. And so I had stayed there for 6 months, left there, came back home, was living with my mom, was having really bad symptoms with my spine. I basically was just laying down all day. And I remember she came in and she's like, because she was living with her partner, and he got tired of me being there. I didn't want to be there either. But like, what am I going to do? So she said something like, maybe you should try to get a job. And I realized at that point, okay, I got to leave. She has no idea like what my experience is. I was in a very deep state of suffering. So I said, I might as well go to India. And I'm sitting on the plane, a lot of pain, muscle spasms in my neck. I remember there was an Indian couple sitting across from me. They're like, you all right? Because just for like 16, 20 hours, I'm just constantly moving around, very restless. So then I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I'm going to India. Like, what the hell? This is just going to be another failed trip because I've already tried so many things. And something new that this was a bogus fantasy. Like, I'm going to meet somebody, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm on the plane, whatever. So I get to India, I get to New Delhi, I get into a taxi to go to Rishikesh. I remember the smell when I was leaving the airport was so bad. I never smelled it. Was like being in a garbage dump, and that lasted like a few hours. That's the first thing I noticed. And then I got to Rishikesh. I was tired. I was tired. I was in pain. I couldn't sleep. The damn electric wasn't working, so the AC wasn't working, and it was just misery. And so started walking down the road, and there was just a bunch of it was like a small road, and everybody's on it, including the animals, cows and monkey and just Indians everywhere staring at me, asking me questions. And I was like, I gotta leave, man. Like, this sucks. So I called the travel agent that brought me, that like arranged the taxi to pick me up. And I wanted to state my mission to him before I left because I'm like, okay, you wanted to find somebody that's going to fix all your problems. Let's see. And I told him, I said, I need to meet some high level person. And because that's why I'm here. He says, yeah, I have somebody in mind. I said, oh, whoa. See, I didn't know the Indian mind yet. Like yeah, you'll find out. So he told me he knew this guy that only drank milk, and he would just write. He'd never talk. I said, oh, that sounds special. Maybe he's special. And so I go to him and I state my problems. There's a translator, and the translator says, I said, so what do you say? Translator says, he says you need to go see a good doctor. I said, okay. Like, really? I'm going to travel 2,000 miles? Like, you think there's, like, if that was the answer, I'd have done that in America. I said, all right. I went back to the travel agent, told him, like you gave me bad information, bad data. Like, you need to send me. I said I need to meet somebody high level, right? You need high level, not like that level. He said, okay, yeah, I'll do better this time. So then he sent me to this guy he was the head of an ashram, director of the ashram, and I went and met him, and he spoke English. I said, oh, good. And then I told him I had a problem in my neck. It was just all degenerated and messed up. and there's a spasm that made me keep turning it, you see, and that would aggravate the already existing degeneration. He says, okay, this is what you do. And he took out a piece of paper, like a notebook paper, and then he folded it. He like made a little paper neck brace. He says, you put this on your neck and then you'll be good. So I put it on my neck, and a second later I moved it and it fell off. So then he picked it up. He said, here, try again. I said, okay, now I'm really done. I was like, this is the worst decision I ever made. Like, what the hell? Like, what am I going to do? It was like a deep sense of, you can say, despair. Couldn't go home, and I definitely didn't want to stay in this country. So again, super hot, humid, too much attention. And so I'm walking down the road, and I go into this cyber cafe, and I meet this guy's brother. He was the first one I met. We didn't really connect because he's different. He's more business, he's not the real, it's not my style. So then I ended up meeting him. And of course, we at first we're like, we don't really like, we're not the type that like interested in meeting people. Like I don't care to meet people. He doesn't care to meet people. So then we see each other like, yeah, whatever, So the thing is that what bonded us, he was addicted to cough syrup when he was younger. I was addicted to weed. So he went to a rehab and found 12-step. I went to a rehab and also found 12-step to get off. I just couldn't quit smoking weed when I was a teenager. So somehow that got revealed that he was 12-step. I said, oh, really? I'm 12-step too. Then the bond started. And then I ended up finding, you can say, this individual teacher, authentic teacher. He wasn't commercial teacher. Those were the two reasons that kept me there. I met, he didn't just touch my forehead. It wasn't like that, but he had some self-realization, this teacher. And so I said, okay, all right, maybe I'll stay. And then plus I had a friend to, so those two things is what kept me there. And I stayed there for about 4 years, maybe 5. Learned all about Ayurveda and yoga, authentic yoga, and all that. So that's my story, how I went to India. This video, though, I don't know how long I've been talking already, but that was a little background. This video, though, we're talking a little bit about the difference between awakening and mental illness. Now, these two teachers or people I went to, gurus that I just described a little bit ago, they're supposed to be awakened. But I perceive them as a little bit, retarded. And even that's an understatement. And then on top of that, when I'm walking down, this was like 12 years ago when I was in Rishikesh, I noticed there was just yoga and meditation centers on every corner. They're just everywhere. They're like everywhere. And it was super, it was like a sales pitchy, hey, come try the yoga. This is best yoga, it's best meditation. My guru's highest. And so you could sense this, it's like they all were pushing, selling, and then they had gone meditation. This is like an inside joke between me and him. We, if we see a certain person that represents kind of nonsense disguised as spirituality, we call them gone. We have a bunch of code words that nobody knows about. This is how we communicate, see? So there's this gone meditation. I don't even remember what they did. Like they say like they do their meditation and they get so high level and the kundalini starts raising. And then it's gonna, and so before they die, they got to come back down. So then they hit the gong, right? And that brings them back down. So that level of thinking is being played out on so many levels there in India. So I'm gonna let him talk now because he lives there. See, he lives there, and he's not you'll see, he's not like just some stupid person. So he's gonna tell you authentically, like what happens there, like what is it? Is it good? Well, it's always duality. It's positive, negative. Although he did leave Rishikesh recently. So, and yeah, I saw the video you sent today. So this was funny. He sent a video. It reminded me, like, this would never happen in Rishikesh years ago. Like you have these like these little punks out in the street now. And what he was he was that a real gun?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now they're like shooting in Rishikesh. It's like impossible. It's supposed to be a holy village. You shouldn't even be able to eat meat. You can't even like, right? But this is what it's degraded into. Is this now you can get meat anywhere, and I guess you can get guns too, and prostitutes and everything else. So yeah, tell me about Rishikesh.
Well, yeah, you were telling me, and I was just visualizing everything. It's like a time travel. As you can see right now where I'm sitting, it's getting darker. You know, so soon there will be dark. But I'm glad. I mean, I'm grateful to be here. And sharing my experience. So yeah, we will. There's a lot more to express, but as the title about mental illness, as he explained, I mean, Yash explained about me, like how he met me. So yeah, my reflection, I, I like it was 1 year ago. Like I got clean, and I came from rehab. And when I went to rehab, I was in a very bad shape. So my mental condition was really bad, and I was under psychic treatment. So I was recovering. But I was so bad that I had no idea what 12 step is. I used to hear in this rehabilitation center, but actually I had no idea. So I think I completed my 1 year in recovery, and suddenly this person came to my cafe, meeting with my brother, and I saw him. So usually I don't interact with the people, and I was getting also hard time, communicating with the people because my mental condition was not really very good. But then, as I met him, and as he said that during the conversation, somebody was driving very fast, by motorbike, and Yash asked me, "You drive like this?" And I said to him, like, "I used to do that earlier, But that's how we come to know each other, and damn, everything changed. It's like we became close, and I got introduced through Yash with 12-step program. Honestly, because the first question he asked me, that you don't have meetings and stuff, what you do? I say I do nothing, you know. So so then my journey in this 12-step program begin, and I have to be honest, my my whole experience of life, today where I am, and I'm grateful to this person, I have to admit, he's the most crazy person I ever met, but and I have seen his suffering during that time. It's almost 19 years, 18, 19 years back, I have seen this person entire transformation. I think I am the only witness, who can really see. And I'm grateful for him, because of his transformation helped me a lot, because I got faith in him because, um, we traveled together then, it's like my journey began with him, So there was my city was crazy and he was getting hard time, because of he has too many questions and he used to ask me, why he's looking. And, I get really tired of it, sometime because they keep asking why he's looking. I say, what it has to do, you know, and he has so much complaint in the beginning, but I had faith, because he met this teacher and he started this program, somewhere I had faith that he's going to change, uh, and it happened eventually, So we had a wonderful time in India, today I can say. It was messy, it was crazy. We went to Nepal trip, and I was his assistant, and he always asking me to ask people all these crazy questions, which was really off the book. For instance, we were traveling in Nepal, and went to one place, and there was a security guard standing outside and holding a gun, and so, I mean, he said we cannot go inside, then Yash asked me a weird question. He said, ask him, uh, if we run inside, is he going to shoot us? I mean, that's crazy, but he keep forcing me to ask, I mean, I admire him for one thing, he has this power to convince, people, and especially me, I feel so powerless, and I asked this guy, that my friend is asking if you will run, will you shoot us? And man, his reaction was really crazy, because he never listened such type of question. He got very confused. He got very upset. So I'm just telling you, now today we talk about all these things, and all these codes we develop during this time. It's amazing, but for me, it was not simple to communicate with this guy in the beginning. Like with Yash, it was impossible task. We had like many times we were in the situation where it's already, to separate our ways, but somehow, today I can say that it was all the God's willing. So I have seen his transformation, and he was in real suffering. People who don't know him, let me tell you guys, he was suffering from Tourette's, and he was in a very bad shape. Like, he barely talked. Like, you can see he's speaking normally. I say it's a miracle to see him the way he is today, because um, it was very hard for him. Then he went to Thailand, and we did the same thing. I went to Thailand with him, but then he went to China, and going different place to place and searching this, looking for a cure, and then, and somehow, he was sharing everything with me. I was following him. In 12 step, we said that this program is attraction based, not a promotion. We don't do promotion in 12 step and a 12 step program. So this guy creates such a attraction to me, even in the situation, where everything is impossible. Like, uh, but in the end, I have to admit that my life is not moving without this person, because whatever he was doing, and I was getting all the data, man, from his he say he's doing a fruitarian, I become fruitarian, then he say he's going to raw vegan, I started doing raw vegan, look, he's doing a lot of herbs. Every data he used to send me, and I was blindly following it. Just the conflict, he always telling me, why you are living in this rishikesh, and I say, look, I don't know, you know and I'm glad, today I'm sitting here because of this person. uh,
Yeah, where are
I'm
you?
not you can see I'm in dark, but yeah, you can hear me. I mean, so
Yeah, no. I
Rishi,
mean, like, because you said like you finally left Rishikesh. So then, where are you now?
yeah. So it was, see, honestly, it was not in my hand. I can say that,
Uh, you cut.
sorry. Uh,
Okay, there. Yeah,
can you hear me?
yeah. I can hear you. Are
Good.
you going to get to where there's light, or what do you think?
Yes, I can try to turn my face, because uh, I may be able to.
Uh,
Um, I can hold it. I can sit in the other position, Yeah,
mhm.
because it's impossible. Uh, I don't know. I am just in the wild, Uh,
Yeah,
the place I live, it's a valley in the Himalayas, and this place is really, a population of the area is like 1,000 people, and I live in this small ashram, There is a one Swami and me. I'm blessed to have this place, because it's very remote, but internet connectivity is good, and life is so peaceful. So yeah, I was suffering in Rishikesh because uh, 20, 30 years back, the Rishikesh was very different. I'm a native. I born in an ashram. So I grown up. So being in this place is actually Rishikesh was like this place 25 or 30 years back. So it's so amazing to be here.
Yeah.
Being with yourself all the time,
What?
and
Why did you wait so long to go?
I couldn't see the understanding and the family condition. And I made a couple of attempts. So I play music. So in my 30s, I had a dream. So I speak also with you that I left Rishikesh, but I went to Mumbai, to become a musician, and uh, and somehow I was doing good. After a long struggle in 2018, I think I was settling there. But then suddenly I confront a very tragic family situation. You know, um, my brother, my elder brother, came to me and asked me to come back to Rishikesh because he had 6 months to live, and it was very hard decision for me because he was my brother, and when I was younger, he took care of me. So I had to choose between my career and my brother, family. So I choose family, because I owe him.
Yeah.
And then I come back to Rishikesh, and it was very hard decision. I was in a relationship, so I didn't tell my girlfriend, that I'm leaving because it was and she get really pissed. She understood, but it was going very bad. So I break up with with this relationship breakup, and it was mess. My brother has a mental problem. He was suffering from mental disease also and heart disease. So it was very painful 6 months, and then finally he died. You know, so then he died. My mother came back from the U.S. And I had to take care of her. And then uh,
Yeah.
it was uh, it was lockdown. My mother left India before lockdown, and then lockdown happened. Then she came back,
Yeah. Just karmically, it
and
was impossible to. Yeah, you just couldn't leave.
impossible,
Yeah.
you know. And
What?
then I had to take care of her,
Yeah.
for last. And it was, you are
Yeah.
witness of each and every experience, And
Yeah.
then in
Yeah. It's
January she left also. So it's a
yeah.
constant.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I've experienced every shit,
Yeah.
because see, if I choose that, like, oh, I have to come. Why
Yeah.
it took me so long? You asked me, because it was not in my hand,
Yeah. I know.
And if I'm here today, also it's God's willing, not mine, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah, even if we want to, it doesn't just means we want to. It doesn't mean we it's
yeah,
time, you know. Yeah.
yeah. And today I am here. I'm realizing every day,
Mm.
how grateful I am to be here. I don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah. Why do you like that place better than Rishikesh? Like, okay, so all the
Oh,
karma was fin yeah, why did you even want to leave Rishikesh?
I want to leave Rishikesh because I was not getting a ecological support, and like the surroundings change. I
Yeah.
had a wonderful life. I have a comfortable like a house. Everything is there, but there are no life force. Like there are no these spiritual vibes, what I used to get. Now
Yeah.
it is a conflict. Maybe many of the people are planning to go Rishikesh and thinking it's all right for the people. I mean, come on, you are coming from the west. It's
Yeah.
entire different. It will take several years or month, or I don't know, to understand what the hell is going on. Because most of the people, because I had a travel agency there, and I know I meet people, they are so much fascinated with in their own fantasy, you know, like Rishikesh, land of yogi. And now, because it's a technological age, people are what I experience, Rishikesh, intellectual spirituality is growing,
Yeah.
with the technological thing, they are create to ambience and music and all these videos and showing to this, these videos, sending people are watching in the West, think, oh, it's land of yogis and Himalayas, So
Yeah.
people who are really obsessed with this spirituality, and for them it's absolutely fine, this place, you know because everything is calculated. They are doing yoga and meditation, and all these mantra, etc., etc., and everybody is wearing a mask, but they cannot see it because they are wearing a mask themselves.
Yeah.
I'm not judging anybody,
Yeah. Yeah.
but being a native of Rishikesh, I know what is going on there, I cannot blame. Okay. I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just talking about, I was feeling suffocated, because it's a tons of spiritual center. Everybody wants to be teacher. There are no yoga student anymore.
Right.
That's the funny thing, because
Yeah.
when I was kid, I used to see the rivers and watching yogis, meditating, and the energy. I would say the energy of Rishikesh is still the same, but
Yeah.
the surrounding structures and people are different. Why I left Rishikesh? One big reason, because I am surrounded with the strangers. The population of my town, my place, 2,500 people actual, but now we are more than 10,000 people in 3 kilometer, barely 2 kilometer or 3 kilometer radius,
Yeah.
and they're all outsiders, during the lockdown. So everybody's, we are in minority in my own city. I
Yeah. Yeah.
am having identification crisis there. If I have to live there, I don't know what's going on. It's hostels and yoga centers, and adventures. Honestly, one thing I want to say: Rishikesh is not a city. Rishikesh is not a village. It
Yeah.
has lost its identity.
Yeah.
So for the people who wants to go, they can go. You know,
Yeah.
but
So when you say they do yoga, what about it? Like why does that type of yoga, like why is it not interest you, that
see, the
what
funny
they're
thing
doing?
is, because it's not coming from the India. Now the yoga, which is running in the any yoga center in any yoga school, it is coming from the United States. They made an association called Yoga Alliance. Okay,
Yeah.
so these Yoga Alliance people, this is created in USA, and all these Indian people, because it's all about money.
Yeah.
It's they are giving them this certification, and all the books, all the writers are the foreigners. It's become so mechanical things.
Yeah.
People are not interested in a depth of or spirituality. For them, meaning of spirituality is come to Rishikesh, join a yoga course, learning all this, and these young boys, so most of in this yoga institute, girls come, and they are
Yeah.
fascinated. And these all Indian boys, they are
Mhm.
learning yoga because they are getting a lot of attention of this Westerner girl. And
Yeah.
then what happened? Then this yoga teacher fall in love with some Westerner girl, and then they plan something, and then they married, and he go to West, and then come back, and then open another yoga center.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
that's how it's keep
Okay.
building up, building up.
Why don't the real yogis, that why don't they come and teach yoga there to help uh uh raise the vibration and end this collective commercial madness in yoga? Why?
because real yogi are not in frequencies.
Yeah.
The conscious level, consciousness has really fallen. Okay, and these yogis, I mean, look, I am not claiming that I am a higher person or something, but a person like me, who belongs to that place, feeling lost. I mean, imagine these higher person who have
Yeah.
such a higher level of understanding.
Yeah.
why the hell they will live
Yeah.
there, you know?
It's impossible to come.
So,
Yeah.
so
Right.
I remember it is true. Most of the yogis, you know, there was some Baba, they vanish without giving or without leaving any footmarks, you know. They
Yeah.
didn't die, but they left Rishikesh, you know.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because there is a duality, you know.
Yeah.
People think India is growing, you know. Yeah, it's growing materially,
Yeah.
okay. There are buildings, there are structures, but it's dying on the other side. The essence of it, you know, it's
Yeah.
missing.
Yeah.
I mean, why the hell, if it's so beautiful, why I need to live and live in a place, you know? I mean, why?
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course, you know, I was missing the nature. In 5 years, this my area, Rishikesh, has become an entire concrete jungle, you
No,
know?
it's funny. You said there's Taco Bell and Burger King and like
Yeah, I mean,
Subway. Yeah, I mean that's like amazing. Yeah,
and
when I
worst
was
of it,
there, yeah,
yeah, there was nothing when you were here. And
no,
the worst, you don't feel you are in a village, and you
yeah,
also don't feel you are in a city.
yeah, yeah. It's just like confusion, like yeah, identity
So
crisis, like
it's,
you said. Yeah.
yeah. So it's
So
like,
it, yeah, yeah. If
yeah, go
somebody
ahead.
wants to come to India to get higher, where do they go? What do they do?
See, it's depend on the person's level, you know. I mean, look, if you have to go through this mess, you know, you need to come to Rishikesh. Yeah, you need to come to Rishikesh. But if person is looking for the peaceful life, you know, I mean, where I'm sitting, you know,
Right.
uh, Uttarakhand, you know, Rishikesh is a footway of Himalayas, you know, but around the mountains, you know, you have to find a place because look, even mountain are really messed up because we have a pilgrimage, you know. This is a side effect of media and technology. Everybody's a become actor, everybody's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
a small place, they they create such a hype, you know, like
Yeah.
people are going, you know. I mean, it's funny, people are not going to see the place, you know, they are looking for content. So they are going to
Right.
the different place, you know,
Yeah.
so they can. So if you are asking me where to go, yeah, plenty of place to go. I mean, um, but you cannot go to these places. I mean, where I am, it's impossible that someone can come and sit here, you know.
Yeah.
It's it's I honestly believe, you know, it's a person it's depend on personal understanding and the consciousness, you know, and suffering also,
Yeah.
you know. If you really suffer, you know, in the name of spirituality, you know, then you can discover such places, you know.
Yeah.
It's
You
not
say
impossible
you say it's impossible for somebody to come there where you are and sit there. Why?
because it's very remote, you
Yeah.
know.
And
There are no it's a very simple place, it's a village, you
yeah.
know. There
But
are simple,
why the person can't come? What will happen to them? Because in their
I
mind
mean,
they think, oh, that's great. Like, yeah, I want to go to a peaceful place. So
yeah,
what
but thinking of a peaceful place and being in the peaceful
happened?
place is different, you know,
Yeah.
because you are coming from a such chaos, your mind is not tuned to such a frequency.
Yeah.
Here it's a higher frequency and it's constant silence, you know.
No.
It looks nice, you know, for 1 day 2 days, but the other problems, I mean, I am no one to judge, you know. It's impossible, you know, because I know the people, you know, for them it's very impossible, but for some people it could be blessing, you know. They could have an amazing experience, you know. I mean, it's very much person to person, you
Yeah,
know.
of course. No,
There
when
are
I stayed
no,
in India, the time I stayed there, I was like forced into mm, I didn't burn the karma. The karma got hidden. It got like under the carpet because India didn't serve as a vehicle to activate it. So then when I went to Thailand and Bali, it's like, whoa, all that came out finally. I was like, in terms of pretty much sexual instinct, I just became obsessed with like,
yeah,
wow, you know, or in sense stimulation. So yeah, that's the thing. If somebody goes somewhere where they're not yet ready, even though in their imagination, well, it's like I remember I wanted to go live I wanted to go into. It sounded like a good idea to go into the Himalaya mountains and just
Yes, yes,
make a
yes,
tent. I'm just gonna stay there, and
yeah.
what we last like 1 hour. Like yeah.
Yes, and you remember we went to this meet with this Swami, which was really higher
Oh
person,
yeah, in the cave.
and he was so generous. He gave us a one place to live. It was a very it was a mud house, and
Oh
he said you can. You remember, and he
well,
offered us
the guy in what's the name of the place we went? Kaliman.
Koti Kali Mutt. Yeah,
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 but at first he said we could because he's living in a cave. So he said, well, we
yeah,
could like sit in the cave. Yeah, so
yeah.
I thought you were talking about that when you said, oh, he was so nice.
No,
He's
no. Then he said,
sitting in
okay,
the
you
cave.
cannot live here. Then he showed us a cave, this mud house next to the cave.
Yeah,
And you liked his offer, but you know, I admire your honesty. You say you are not in that position to live there.
yeah.
So we came back and stay in the Ukimat, in this GMV and Garhwal Mandal uh, hotel. So
Yeah, yeah. I know
yeah,
so that's the thing. I had all these great imaginary
yeah,
ideas, but then when you come
yeah.
time to doing it, it's like, oh yeah, no, this is
Yeah, and I mean, I'm grateful, like because of you, I experienced Thailand, and I did the same shit.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I was following you. You are telling me this. I say, yeah, I'll do this.
yeah,
And it was so painful to experience all this, because you and me are witness, that we were falling apart. We
yeah.
had so much in a name of we were not really high.
Right.
It's like justifying our own action and pretending, oh, we are spiritual. I mean, I
Yeah.
was doing that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I
I
mean,
mean, the spiritual scars were there, but the karma was kind of covering it up. Like, what to do? We had to go through what we had to go through.
yes. So I
Remember,
think it,
you like the soapy massage, and it,
yeah,
and
yeah, I
then
like soapy massage. And
we
yeah,
rent the ninja bikes from the
yeah,
mafia.
then
I
I
get
didn't
scared
rent.
just thinking about it. Actually, like
Yeah,
just I wasn't scared when I was there doing it, but now I'm in a higher, more
no,
mature. Like I'm like, damn, we're lucky we didn't die. Yeah,
yeah, that was the worst experience in Thailand. And then second, when somebody stole our scooter, you
yeah,
know, and we were fighting, and it was chaos.
yeah,
And yeah, and then this bike fall and all this mess.
yeah,
But
yeah. I mean, there's just no other way that had to happen. Like it's all that had to happen. There's no way we could have avoided that from happening. And
yes, yes, yes. Today I'm
yeah,
grateful because without those stages we have to play,
right.
we couldn't reach here.
No,
Because all this,
we
all,
would have been pretending. You see, we would have been acting because the karma would still be there. But then
yeah,
we're
yeah,
pretending. No, we're very high. Like no, I'm not going to acknowledge that. And
yeah,
then we the vibration, it wouldn't be solid because the somehow the karma affects the vibration when we speak. It's not whole.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And yeah, of course, and then come back. And I always tell you, it's so funny. I remember I telling you, look, man, you have a way to get money. If someday I will get this,
yeah,
if I will get a source of money, without
right.
working,
Yeah,
I will do the same thing.
yeah, yeah.
But honestly, I don't think I ever think that I will able to do that. Uh,
But
because
then you do get now money
yeah,
effortlessly,
now
and you get
I'm surprised that it is happening. But honestly, when I was getting this situation, I had so many vasanas,
right.
so many desire.
Yeah,
But it's so funny because when my mom was suffering, like she was not able to walk, she was on a bed. I had so many ideas. It's funny. Like I said, someday when my mother's journey from this planet will over, I will do this, I will do that.
yeah,
Oh,
right.
I am free. But it's so weird. After my mom left, everything changed. I mean, things I wish to do, I had no desire to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, it's her blessing,
Right.
um, you know, I took care of her, very honestly.
Yeah.
I never did in my entire life. So I think she feel really blessed, and she used to say that. And I think that blessings help me. I honestly, I don't think I am such a higher person,
Yeah.
Uh, no, I was completely, I lost my senses,
Yeah.
I was become a sex addict, obsessively looking for a sex, doing
Yeah.
constant aging, and all these girls. I'm constantly thinking, and how to how to be with them,
Yeah.
And that was the idea, when my mom will left, I will be free, then I can do. But I,
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't want anything, I mean,
Yeah.
now I'm experiencing life, It's not me who's doing something, it's the life force,
Yeah.
I'm witness of all these experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
See, it's different. It's different when when you're saying that compared to somebody who reads a book and then they know what to say and then they say, yes, it's the life force that actually does everything. There's like no power behind it. There's no realization. This is what I constantly try to point out. Like it's easy to talk, but it's like, can't you tell the difference when somebody's speaking with realization versus saying the same thing but without? It's so easy
Yeah.
to tell, you know. I mean, at this point, but yeah, that's and you don't feel high. That's the thing. You don't feel you're awake in, oh, I'm very high level. You feel it's the opposite. Everything opposite. The more humble and the more I feel like I'm nothing, somehow then the higher the consciousness is because there's space, because the humility gives that nice space. But as soon as I take
Yeah,
credit, then
yeah. If I have to express how you feel, I feel like I'm a child, man.
yeah, oh, totally.
Like,
I,
I really feel this energy, what I'm experiencing here, small things are giving me that reflection,
yeah,
I go for a hike, I see the kids are playing, monkeys are jumping here and there, the birds are singing,
yeah,
it's all. And what else, like, it's become so simple.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah. But but
it's
but we had to go to Thailand to get to that. That's the paradox.
yes,
Yeah,
I mean every karma, whether it is a suffering or whether it is a fun or pleasure,
yeah,
you know
exciting. Yeah,
it was a part of this entire journey
yeah,
for us. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, it's we had to go through all this process. I mean,
yeah,
it's impossible.
yeah.
There is no shortcut.
I know. That's
And
that's
I think we paid every damn thing what we have done. I
and
think we have paid for every damn pleasure we took.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, we paid a
yeah,
price. So I'm not feeling regret. I had
yeah,
fun, then I had the payoff.
yeah,
The consequences. You
yeah.
know, I mean, I remember how messed up is your neck after this riding this crazy sports bike.
I know. And I just keep
Yeah,
riding. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
This is why a lot of people are on pills and they don't need to be. If they just adjusted their lifestyle, lived more simply, they wouldn't have the pain that they're taking the pills for. But see, doctors don't say that. They're like, you feel pain, here's a pill. So then they continue to do their habits and everything that's causing restlessness, but now they're taking the pills so they don't feel it. The real organic solution is look at your lifestyle, modify it in a way to where that's your medicine. Like don't take pills when really the problem is your lifestyle. Yeah, this is it's like some kind of secret, but I mean it's so
I
like,
mean,
you know,
yeah. I mean, you remember 1.5 years ago, I went to the hospital to check my knee if there is a problem,
yeah,
and
right.
I do every day hiking about 8 kilometers, 10 kilometers, and they took my X-ray and tell me I have a serious problem
Yeah,
and I should stop walk immediately. And they give me tons of pills. And I remember I share with you, I call you, I said, "Damn, they give me all this." So you asked me, "What are you gonna do?"
yeah,
I say, "I will rest." And what do you think? You say, "Are you crazy?" You really trust them for that? You will stop your walking, hiking, and make your body even worse. And I remember, I said, damn, yeah, that makes sense. I throw all the pills right away.
Yeah.
And I started hiking, and it's been almost 2 years. I have no problem with my legs.
Right.
It's it's
Unless
going good.
we do addict style and do too much, that also can
Yeah,
make
yeah. I mean, yes, I of course I do some physio exercise, and yeah, it won't hurt unless I turn into addict, like doing the crazy. Yeah, I have to be careful with
I
my
know, me too.
uh,
I
with
mess my
our
neck.
personality. Yeah, but
That's the thing.
otherwise, yeah. I'm
I
not
even
saying
told
I'm
you.
not.
I remember 2 months ago, I told you I discovered a secret. I said, look, if I don't do, because I do push-ups, I said, if I don't go to the max, I notice like that's a big help to my neck. I said, man, I hope I don't forget. But I forgot. I forgot for like the last, I don't know, 3 weeks. And then yesterday it hit me. I'm like, damn it, I forgot. And I said I really wasn't going to forget because I did to the maximum. I should do like 60%, and then it's fine. But yeah, I think it's a man thing too. Like we just,
Yeah, I mean, look at our sickness drive us all to these places, man. I
yeah,
mean, we were really mentally retarded in some
yeah,
way.
yeah,
I mean, going and doing obsessively all this madness. You remember when we went to the second time Thailand, we supposed to go to the room, but you didn't go to room.
yeah,
I mean, see how obsessively you were. You took us to the right away to the this bike rental center,
right.
and we
Once at a
throw our
time.
luggage in the taxi,
Right.
and we were riding the motorbikes coming to our hotel. It's the madness. And then we got busted by the cops.
Yeah,
He warned us. He said, this is not a circuit,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
riding this bike at 3 a.m. and wildly, crazily, without any gears, wearing, so obsessed.
yeah. Yeah, it's
So,
total obsession, man. This dopamine, it's
it-
dopamine addiction. Everybody's dopamine addict, especially with the
yeah,
computer and the internet. They just dope. They just need a hit. Give me a hit all the time. Hit.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It actually, and then
So,
it's like then they're trying to fit in their yoga and meditation. And I'm like, if you remove the dopamine stimulation, you might find you're in a more relaxed state than what your sadhana is giving you anyway, because it
yes,
happens for
yes, yes.
natural reason.
I would like to mention this. It's really important why I shifted here, and
Yeah.
I just it's impossible to, but because by the grace of God, I got rid of the aging. I found that I
Yeah,
don't have
edging.
this
Let's
sexual.
just define edging. So
Yeah,
because my other channel
and
Beyond
my life.
Alchemy,
Yeah, my life
we okay, go
suddenly
ahead.
changed everything.
But what's
Everything
edging?
changed.
So, what's edging so the people know?
Um, yeah, the aging is basically obsessively attracted to opposite sex. You know,
Yeah.
for the woman. you know and
And doing
so
what? What does it look like?
doing thinking of them, and aging is very different. It's
Yeah.
not active sexually, but
Right.
it comes in a different form. It feels like, I watch a girl and thinking of, oh, she's a nice, being romantic about her, oh,
Yeah.
she's giving attention,
Yeah.
and there are
It's like
many girl are crossing.
subtle lust.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, subtle. And yeah, it end up on the same,
Yeah.
but but yeah, constantly think. And so it is full of that. Rishikesh is full of somebody wants to do aging, somebody wants to have a fuck around, somebody wants the woman attention. There are tons of it.
Right.
Yeah, if you
Right.
have, in the name of spirituality, you want some romantic sexual attraction, and you want sexual attention, go for it. Rishikesh is tons of it. So that's why I didn't come out, because I was getting this. But when it's finished, it was impossible for me. So one reason to be here, because this is a lust-free place, you know. Uh, yeah, that's why I am here.
Yeah.
One of a big reason,
Yeah.
Um, so all the places seems about India, it's beautiful, But Rishikesh was beautiful. Rishikesh is a beautiful for some reason, there are still places. But if you are looking I don't know people are on which layers, because I was there also, So if
Yeah.
somebody has to experience, go for it. Um,
Uh, Shooter.
yes, mother. So I think we covered.
Yeah. I think we
How
cover
long?
everything. I think we cover everything, man. All right. So, yeah,
Yeah,
good, man.
we will
Good,
see
good.
how it is going to. I really want to say because
Yeah,
I see the comments, and
yeah,
I hope. I mean, what we share, it it help people maybe to understand. You know,
yeah, yeah.
of course they're going to learn through their own experience, but yeah, I mean, this is a very honest. Uh, I mean, whatever I said, it's
Yeah,
it come from the heart.
yeah,
Um, yeah.
yeah. They can feel that. It's obvious. I mean, what else? What are we gonna do? Like, what are we gonna do?
Yes.
We don't want anything, right?
Yeah. So it's really getting cold here, because
Yeah,
so I think
good.
we should uh, we
Yeah,
should
yeah, yeah. We'll just end it. Yeah. All right,
yeah.
man. Good.
All
Yeah,
right. It was
yeah.
really amazing. Yeah. Thanks.
I'll
See you.
see you.
Yeah.